Hello, everyone. Welcome to my show, the Engelic Everett Show. And I'm your beautiful host, Engelic Everett. This is my disability episode. These are my good friends and special guests, all the way from Naperville, Illinois. For some of y'all, this is a suburb of Chicago. For people that don't know where that is. These are my special guests, Kelly and Karen Neville. Hope I said that right, Neville. Kelly is a young lady with Down syndrome. This company was created to assist Kelly in leading a fulfilled and productive life after school ended for her. She loves fashion, style, and bling. Anyone loves bling. I know I do. Look at that. So what better way to express that than to create fashionable jewelry? Special Sparkle is a mother-daughter team where we work together to design. And Kelly makes all the jewelry. Welcome, Kelly and Karen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope was I lacking in that area?
Nope.
That's perfect.
Thank you. So, Kelly, tell me about yourself.
Yes. I am 30, flirty, and striving. I have a passion for fashion. I'm outgoing. I love to do things with art. I am creative. I am passionate and very artistic.
Ooh, okay. You go, girl. Cameron, you can actually answer the same question.
Oh, tell me about myself. Oh, well, I'm Kelly's mom. I'm not going to tell you my age. And, but we also like things. We like to design things. We like fashion. We like looking at all kinds of sparkly things and getting dressed up and looking at hair and everything, you know? So this was a perfect little fit for us. So, so that's a little about me. I'm Kelly's sidekick.
That's right.
Well, I know a thing or two about fashion, so I have fashion myself. So
I always said you two, if we lived closer, I think you two would be inseparable.
Exactly.
Yeah, I saw that comment on Facebook about it was. So Kelly, when did you get started with your business?
This is our this is our 11th year. We picked Special Sparkle because my mom is special. I am Sparkle.
Well, she says it that way, but we thought it was a perfect, you know.
A perfect fit.
A perfect fit. She says I'm the special one. I don't know. We both are. Everybody's special, right? Everybody could use a little special in their life and a little sparkle.
I agree about that. Everyone's unique and special. I know I'm special.
Absolutely.
At least sometimes it was. So why a jewelry business, Kelly?
Jewelry is my best way to express myself in fashion.
So actually, the little backstory in this is back when Kelly was in high school.
Like years of high school, I used to wear like sweaters, scarves, any kind of jewelry, like the stuff I have on, like, and necklaces.
But specifically, you had this huge honking ring.
I have this big hand full of rings that's in my room.
And people would comment. They would always say, "Oh my gosh, look at all that sparkle, Kelly." And she'd say, "Yes, I'm going to own a jewelry company one day."
Well, someday I have my own company. I like to express myself.
So when she couldn't find a job, or we found a job, but it was for 4 hours a week, just that's all, just 2 hours on a Tuesday and 2 hours on a Wednesday.
Oh,
You know, what are we going to do for the rest of the week? So that's when something that we kind of had joked about kind of popped into our heads, and we thought, well, maybe we should actually do that. You know, it was kind of a just a joke in the beginning, and then it came to reality when we thought, well, wait a minute, if we can't find a job and we really like this, why don't we create a job? So that's how. And then what we did when you know, Kelly and I go out all the time, and we are asked to talk about starting a business, and we had to ask ourselves a lot of questions, and we kind of formulated a little thing to like, you have to ask yourself, like, what do you like to do? What don't you like to do? It's amazing how much people will be like, well, what do I like to do? But you ask somebody what they don't like to do, and they usually have like several things right off the bat they don't like to do. What are you good at doing? Kelly was really good at fine motor stuff. She always, she never was one for those gross motor actions, but she liked to, she didn't want to break a nail, of course. Her nails are
I just got these done yesterday morning.
they're always polished. Haven't seen these nails unpolished since she was 12.
well,
So-
I gotta do mine again, so I get that.
I know, I was surprised.
I
know.
love the idea. I love the way you think, hon. I love nail girls.
So she's all about that. And I'm like, you know, it just fits. So we kind of asked ourselves some questions. Could she do it? Could she do it easily? Could she do it for a long time, like sit for a while and make a bunch? So once we figured out that we answered all the right questions, that we thought we'd give it a try. And what we found out was she liked it.
Mhm.
That's good. You know, some people, they don't like what they do. So I know I like what I do.
Well, we always tell people too, because we've talked to a lot of young adults that would like to start their own business. And we always say, try it. You can always say, you know what, I tried it. I'm glad I tried it, but it's not for me. Because if you never try it, you'll never know. So just go try it and see. And if it's not a good fit, it's never, it's never a problem to say, I'm going to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out.
I agree about that. Yes. I never knew I was going to be a children's book author. Look at me now.
Right. You know, look where it took you.
It took me like, oh my God. But I got a team, so I can't say nothing about that. And I agree with Kelly with the fashion and the bling. So I wish I was there with y'all.
I know. We put you to work.
Wonderful idea.
So who inspired you, Kelly?
Well, I picked one of my favorite 90s series sitcoms. I love watching Sister Sister. I love Tia's mom, Lisa Landry.
Oh, I love that show.
She's a fashion designer, and she's fabulous, and she's gorgeous.
So I know that's not a real person. It's a person on a TV show, but I can't tell you how many times she would watch Sister Sister. And it was Lisa Landry is what's the actress's name?
Jackie Harry.
Yeah.
Yes, that's her.
She loves Jackie Harry, and she's like, I wanna go move with them. I wanna live with them, and because she liked what she represented. She was a woman who went after her passion. She loved fashion. She always looks great on the show, and she's always creating new things. And honestly,
Yes.
I know, I mean, she has other people. I asked her, well, who real life people do you that inspire you? And what did you come up with?
I chose Ariana Grande, Taylor Swift, and I love Carrie Underwood.
So she picked a couple other people that she likes because she likes the way that they look and their presence and all of their style and everything like that. But truly, her inspiration came from Jackie Harry on Sister Sister.
Ooh, I love that show. I used to watch that all the time. So, and the only reason why I asked that question, Kelly, was because remember when we was in Pittsburgh and I asked you that question, and you said your mom was your inspiration.
Oh,
That's
yeah, I
right.
lost out to
That's
Jackie
why
Harry.
I asked that question.
Although
Again,
he's in the same subject as her.
Do I still inspire you sometimes?
Yes.
Sometimes, maybe. Yeah.
there we go, there we go. I was actually waiting for you to say that, so.
First choice.
Okay.
But that's good that Jackie Harry inspired you though. I love Jackie Harry.
Same here. She's really cute.
And especially the sisters. I love the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Because the twins are gorgeous too.
Yes, they are. So what is it like being the boss, Kelly?
Me? Well, I love being in charge is the best thing. I love a lot. And taking over the basement into an office space.
Ooh.
Yeah, back when my son still lived here, she kind of kicked him out of the basement. She felt a lot of power in that she took over the basement for her business.
Because we have more office supplies down there and more stuff for beads.
Yeah. So she really does like being her own boss. We get to make a lot of our own decisions, right? So we can
Yes.
say we want to do an interview today. That's how we want to spend our day. We can go to next Friday. Where are we going next Friday?
Next Friday, we have our first show.
No, that's on Thursday night. We have our show, but on the Friday we're going to the gem show. So we get
The
to
gem shows.
we get to go and shop when we want to shop, and we get to go, do whatever we want.
Mhm.
Well, that's good because I was gonna ask you about events and stuff like that since you mentioned events. So now I'm gonna go and ask you, Karen. What is your favorite part? Well, I would ask that question to Kelly. Hold up. I gotta redo this because I put where am I? Oh, here we go. What's your role for the business, and what do you do to assist Kelly?
So first of all, my role in the business is to keep all the stuff organized. So that comes with paperwork. When we do talk to people who really want to own their business, there's a lot to keep track of. We have to keep track of what we buy. We have to keep track of what we sell. We have to pay our taxes. I have to go on quarterly and pay our sales tax. The government wants their money back. The taxes that you collected, they want that money back. I have to do all that. I look for shows and I sign up for them. I do all the paperwork, all that busy stuff. And how I assist Kelly is, so in our office here, we have bins of all of our created jewelry. I have to look through that and take inventory. What do we need to be making? What supplies need to be ordered? That's kind of my role. And I just tell Kelly what we need to work on so that she knows what to make. I bring the beads to her and say, okay, we need to make this style today. When we make 12 of these or whatever, let's make 12 of these. And then sometimes I set it up for her and sometimes she sets it up herself. So I assist her by getting everything organized and then she makes all the jewelry. So that's how I assist her. Okay. And I have to just kind of explain some design things. We're in our 11th year, like Kelly said, so we've been doing this a long time. In the beginning, I was teaching her a lot about patterns and design. We didn't make a bracelet that was so long it could be a necklace, or too small. We had to work on design like that. So I've helped her and taught her along the way so we can design together now. And so that's how I assist her. And then I'm doing all the paperwork, aren't I?
Yes.
Well, hey Kelly, since you're doing a lot of pieces now, do you prefer bracelets or do you do other pieces like anklets? Like for people around their ankles and stuff.
What do we do mostly?
Bracelets.
We mostly do bracelets. What else do we make though?
Necklaces.
And
keychains.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Okay.
And backpack bling.
So we used to make a lot more necklaces, but through the time of having different things, we would sell 100 bracelets before anybody would even look at a necklace. So we decided to focus a little bit more on the bracelets because that's what's sold. And I have to finish up all the necklaces with the tools. She has a harder time with the tools. So that meant that she wasn't as independent. When I send her up with bracelets and I just have her go to town, she's independent on all that. So it keeps her more independent doing the bracelets. And people tend to buy more bracelets than necklaces.
Yeah, I love the bracelets. I actually have I think two or three of them that I brought you from Pittsburgh. So now I'm gonna have to check out the necklace now because I like necklace. So
But we do special orders. So if you ever see anything and you're like, can you make a necklace in that? Or people have asked us for an ankle bracelet, or they'll ask us for children's bracelets. We just basically do special orders then for those items.
oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay. Where am I at? I'm looking at all these other questions. I'm looking at Kelly. I'm looking at Karen. So I'm doing bits and pieces. Karen, where do you both of you live at?
We live in Naperville, which is like 30 miles west of Chicago. So we live in a suburb of Chicago. We travel all over for our craft fairs, though. We've gone up till, I think the furthest one away probably is a little over an hour to get there away. We basically are all over the Chicago metropolitan area where we are. And we also are selling in some stores. We have a store in Ohio, the Upside Downs. They have a store that we sell there. There's a store called The Best Store, and that's in Virginia.
Yes.
We sell there. In Indiana, it's called the Hope Galleries. We sell in that store. And we just did a whole bunch of orders for 21 Pineapples, which is a new company based really close to us here in the Chicago area.
As I always say, I'm rocking it. Well, Kelly, you are rocking it. All right.
Oh, I know I do.
I was gonna ask you if you were in stores or not. So thank you for letting me know that. Okay. Okay, where am I at? Oh, hey Kelly, I know you are a public speaker. Can you tell us about some of your most memorable speaking engagements?
Well, I spoke in downtown Chicago at the Ray Graham Training Center High School. I was your keynote speaker because I spoke for their graduation. I'll be the mayor of Chicago.
Ooh,
So there was this high school, and they had a class on entrepreneurship, and they asked Kelly to come and speak. So she spoke during the day at several different classes. You know how high school is, they have different classes. You might have a first period class and a third period. So she spoke at the different classes that came in for that entrepreneurial class. And then the students of that high school, they organize and create their own graduation. And they put out a questionnaire to all the students as to who they want to have to be their keynote speaker. And Kelly won, and she beat out, at that time, it was Rahm Emanuel was the mayor of Chicago, and she beat out Rahm Emanuel, and she was their keynote speaker for their graduation. And spoke in front of about 300 people. 300 people get to hear me.
I gotta see it. You rocking it, girl. You rocking it.
You know me that well.
So and then they gave her this huge bouquet of flowers, and so that's her favorite speaking engagement.
Because that bouquet had red roses, which is my favorite.
Ooh, oh, they are. Okay, good to know. Okay, good to know. Now, what other cities in the future would you like to go to speak, Kelly?
To speak at? We've done a lot of Zoom things. We've spoken
for the Arc of Illinois.
Well, we just spoke at their convention, the Arc of Illinois convention. We spoke there through Zoom, but we were able, because of Zoom, we were able to speak out in California. We did the 21 Club out in California. We spoke to them about, and they had a conference, and we've spoken to them a few times about starting a business. We're all about giving back. We figured it out. We figured out all the little nuances of how to start this micro business. And so we would like to help other people. If they think this is something that they'd like to do, we're lucky to have been successful, and we'll be able to kind of give everybody an idea of what things to watch out for.
Oh, that's good. Like, what I'm just saying, like, in the future, what if the president wanted you to come to the White House to speak? Would you do it?
Me?
Ooh,
Yeah,
the
you.
White House. Wow.
If I was actually president,
Oh no, she's gonna be the president.
Okay.
even kills me to win, what I would do, I would love to be in charge of Special Sparkle.
You are in charge. Okay.
Well, I just figured to ask that question, like,
I
especially
say,
if Kamala wanted you to make her,
oh,
will you make Kamala Harris something?
We would love to speak at the White House. We will speak. We basically
oh yes.
speak wherever anybody asks us usually.
I like to speak for the dogs.
No, for the dogs. Silly.
I want to speak to this, share my story with any dog breeds.
Oh no, you don't need to speak.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be cool, though. That would be cool to speak to
would
the
be
dog.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, where am I at? So what are your duties and responsibilities for Special Sparkle, Karen?
Well, mine are like the paperwork, like I said, and stuff like that, and keeping track of all this stuff. And Kelly, what's your role? What do you do?
Well, me as a maker, making all of the jewelry I have worked hard for. I help buy the beads and I design the beads when I go to the gem shows. I also like to help promote the company for other people.
Well, like when other people ask, we promote our, we do things like
Yes.
I do videos of you, or we take pictures, we put it on social media.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, you had said, when you see me that photo, and I looked and I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna ask them before I definitely promote this. I'm like, Kelly is a one of a kind person. So I would definitely would love to promote you. So
Well, thank you. Well, one of the things that we found out when we went out to our first craft show, what did we figure out when people were looking at you? When we said, Kelly makes all the jewelry here, what were people looking at you?
You were looking blankly at me.
Well, we realized that people didn't believe her. So we realized at that moment that while we were doing this for ourselves, for our business and for having a fulfilled life, we found out we had a bigger purpose, and that was to promote awareness about what people
like me.
Well, Kelly likes to say people with different abilities. Everybody has different abilities. What one person finds to be easy might be hard for somebody else, right? So having a disability or just people in general all have different abilities, right? Yes. So she wanted to promote her abilities and provide awareness of all that she's become, which give everybody like a higher idea of what maybe people walk away and they feel a little bit like they should think less about what people can't do and more about what people can do, right?
I definitely agree about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say this, your photo alone that I put on my Facebook page, the Engelic Facebook page, got over 945 people reached of just on your photo.
Oh wow,
Oh
Kel.
my.
I'm like, oh my God. I never had that many. I mean, that many people that reached a post like that until your post, Kelly, till your photo. I'm like, oh my God.
We had several people share it too. And they
people share it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw your mom share it, and that's when I got all these likes and everything. I'm like, oh my God.
I know I got a very gorgeous.
Kind of like my page now. I'm like, oh my God.
See, we help one another.
Thank you. Oh, now where am I at? Oh, is there anything you would like to say to people with disabilities who want to start their own company one day, Kelly?
Well, I would say I like to make a difference in the world for people with Down syndrome like me. I would tell them you should be able to follow your dreams and set your heart to something. You're gonna take chances in life.
So she always says you just have to go for it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
give up.
Don't give up. Like if it doesn't work, well, it's okay. Go back to the drawing board, figure it out, and then start again.
That's right.
I definitely agree about that. I always say that when I go out. Don't give up. Don't give up and believe in yourself.
Don't give up. Don't let go of a grudge.
Or don't let go, no, don't let go of a dream. Don't let go of a dream. Don't let go of a, don't let a little obstacle stop you. Like just figure it out and then move on, right?
Yes.
Just get yourself up and dust yourself off. Okay, what advice do you have for starting a micro business as Kelly's mom?
Well, okay, so we do ask a lot of questions in the beginning. We have like a questionnaire that we've given out when we go to schools and we talk. And basically it's kind of like taking an inventory. What are you good at? Do you have the space to do it? Like, let's just say we were somewhere, remember the one girl that wanted to build birdhouses, but she lived in an apartment. And I'm like, well, where are you going to store all the wood? And where are you going to cut all the wood to make these birdhouses? That's a great idea. I mean, I see them at craft fairs all the time. They're really unique and everything, but you have to know if that's a right fit for you based on where you live and stuff like that. So taking a little inventory of what you like to do, taking a little inventory as to where you're going to do this and things like that. And then we used an organization called SCORE.
Ooh.
SCORE is an organization that's all across the country, and there's a SCORE office in all the states, and the office is filled with people who are retired business people that for free will give you advice and help you start your business. I didn't know how to do everything I needed to do, but when I contacted SCORE, we filled out a questionnaire and we got a couple of gentlemen that helped us and said, okay, here's how you get your business license. And then this is what you have to do. And then this is what you have to do next. And so they kind of helped us. So I always say, reach out for some help to make sure you're going to do the right thing. Because I did make a mistake in the beginning, because how you pay taxes once a year. I didn't pay quarterly taxes. So I got a thing saying you didn't pay your quarterly taxes. And then I called them and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had to do that. I thought I just paid it at the end of the year. So, you make little mistakes along the way, but nothing that you can't fix. And so I just say, tap into somebody who's already been there and done that, and then ask for their advice, and then make sure that it's a good fit for you. If you have to stand there and help somebody hand over hand, the whole time, it's going to be very fatiguing. So find something that you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy it, then that's not the thing for you. You have to enjoy it for sure.
I agree about that.
Mm-hmm.
What are the both of you doing for Disability Awareness Month for October?
Well, a lot of times,
Ooh.
what do we usually do? We go in October, we usually speak at Northwestern University.
That's right.
We speak to their genetic counselors.
Yes.
And we talk to them about Down syndrome. We introduce them, they're genetic counselors, so they know the whole medical side of Down syndrome, but we want to introduce them to somebody who has Down syndrome, who's an adult. And then we want to tell them all about our business so that when they meet a new family, a new baby that's born, they have a really positive and uplifting story to tell, to give people the right kind of congratulations and listen, the sky's the limit, and we also talk to a preschool. We have a preschool that we've been working with for years, and we usually talk to them in October, and we talk to them on World Down Syndrome Day in March, and we teach little kids about Down syndrome. They have a program where they every month they have a person with a different disability come and talk to the kids. So the kids get to meet all these people, a person who's blind, a person who's deaf, a person who is in a wheelchair, a person who has Down syndrome, so that by the time they go to kindergarten, they've met so many people with different abilities and different disabilities that it's really not that big of a deal. And I think that's a wonderful program that they have. So we always talk to them too. So we just spread awareness that way. And that's the beginning also of our craft fairs. The fourth quarter is when we do most of our business, really. And then Kelly demonstrates when she goes out. When we go to a craft fair, we bring a little table. She does that. And that really brings a lot of awareness as well.
Ooh. Have y'all did any craft fairs? I know Speaking, how y'all doing with the virus anyways? How you coping with the virus?
Well, the first in 2020, we didn't do any craft fairs just because everything was shut down. They didn't even have them. In 2021, we didn't sign up for any in the spring. And Kelly doesn't like to do outside craft fairs. She only likes to do them inside. She doesn't like bugs. She doesn't like if it rains or it's a windy or cold or hot or buggy or whatever. So we typically just do indoor ones. And in the fall, we did do a couple of them. They were a little less attended than usual. I think people were still a little leery about coming out. This year we signed up for more.
Ooh,
And
okay.
we're hopefully, fingers crossed, everything's gonna go well for that. But we go and we've done that with the virus. We've also tried to increase our Facebook presence and Instagram presence and stuff like that, so that because people still order online, try to let them know that we're there. And we've just tried to increase that business since our craft fair business has been a little bit less.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good to know. Where can we find y'all?
Okay, Kelly, where can you find it? On Facebook? What do they look up on Facebook?
When you look on Facebook, go to Special Sparkle.
On Instagram?
Instagram is Special Sparkle Jewelry. And our website is specialsparkle.com.
Oh, okay. And it's a good thing you're mentioning about Instagram. I'm gonna go right to Instagram right now so I can find y'all. Cause I'm on Instagram too. So.
I know, we follow you there.
Oh, you do?
We do.
Well, I would love to follow y'all. So I'm gonna look it up.
So
Special
Special Sparkle Jewelry on Instagram.
Special Sparkle Jewelry. Found y'all.
Yay.
There we go. I just followed y'all.
Perfect.
I just wanted to make sure since you said Instagram, I'm like, well, I am on Instagram, so I just followed y'all through the Engelic show. Cause I actually created the Engelic show on Instagram, so I had to ask that question. And do you have a website? Because I know you have a website now.
Specialsparkle.com.
Well, you heard that, my viewers. So if you want to have an interest in them making a special piece for y'all, go right to specialsparkle.com and let them know that Engelic sent y'all. They will hook you up they'll hook you up if you tell them that Engelic sent y'all.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, one more question for Karen. How is it like collaborating with a person with a disability?
Well, Kelly's Kelly in my book, so sometimes I have to just like explain things a little slower. Or show her a lot of times, not just talk, but show her. That might be a little bit different, giving instructions. I write out sometimes like a little checklist of what we need to get done. We've done that before. So collaborating with her is really no different, other than that, maybe just taking a little bit extra time and having patience there. But she is unique, like you say, and if she doesn't understand something, she knows to ask, and we just go from there. And this has been such a wonderful experience, because such a positive experience owning this company. I've really seen Kelly identify as an artist, identify as a designer. It's really increased her self-confidence and self-esteem, and being a public speaker has done that. We get just as much when we go and give everybody all this advice and all this stuff. We give that information, but we also get something back in that we feel so good to help other people. And I've seen Kelly really grow and become more confident in herself and as a self-advocate through having this. So collaborating with her on this has been a positive experience all the way around.
That's good to know. I just had to ask that question. I wasn't gonna ask another question, but when it popped up, I'm like, I like that word. So I had to ask that question. I'm your host, Engelic. This has been another episode of the Engelic Everett Show. Now I want to say thanks to Kelly and Karen for coming out their busy schedules. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. We're honored to be here.
Very blessed.
Now, don't forget to use the Engelic Everett Show to like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at the_Engelic_E_show. And now subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Engelic E Show, or go to my website, angelicshow.com. I'm Engelic, and I'm rocking it.